Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another pre-market broadcast where obviously I get a few of the IU mods together and we share our watch list for the day. It is the 1st of July. I hope everyone had a good first half of the year and a good June and a good quarter. It feels pretty nuts actually that we're already into the second half of the year, but I pretty much say that on the first of every month so far in 2025 because the year, I got big stuff coming later in the year, but the year is just absolutely flying. Please do me a massive favor wherever you are, wherever you're watching this. Please hit that like, subscribe button, retweet button, whatever that button is. You know the button I'm talking about. Please just hit it. It just enables us to release even more free content and enables us to keep doing this every single week. And just before I get started, just a reminder, just the typical disclaimer, this video is for information and education purposes only. These are not buy or sell recommendations. All right, cool. Let's get stuck in. First, we got Emil. Emil, take it away.
All right. Morning, everyone. So I'm going to watch CLRO. I'm going to be interested in a short. We have all this runner this morning after BMNR from yesterday, which is still tricky. But one of these names are going to fade nicely, but also at least one of them most likely is going to be a trappy one. So I'm on toes with these, but since we have this nice range on CLRO, I'm going to watch any pops after the open pretty much into this area. Any push towards 14 or slightly higher, 15, I'm going to be interested in a short against that level. If it's going to stay grindy or resilient, I'm going to be on toes with it. Then looking at GPUS, similar thoughts here. I would really like to see a push towards 3 area. That's something I'm interested in, but also leaving a little bit of room. As we can see, we have all these after BMNR, which been super trappy yesterday. I wouldn't be surprised to see GPUS pushing slightly higher, just because why not? So even if I'm going to give a shot here, it really depends how fast or how it's going to speed up towards that level, or if it's going to get there in the first place. But leaving more room up to 370-ish. So even if I'm going to have a position here, I'm going to leave a little bit of room just in case. Obviously, BMNR, which it's still going sideways after the morning fade, and still going sideways. So I'm going to let it unfold a little bit. I don't really looking to be the first in, despite the fact that it's up quite a lot. I would really like to see a push towards 65-ish area, 64, 65, in order to get involved. So I'm going to wait here, see how it's going to behave. All these trappy names can go ballistic, and as you can see, this one it's not an exception. Went from $5 to 55. So if it's going to push towards 60, the range is going to be still there. Wolf. Again, sideways action here also. I would really like to see a push towards 1. Maybe it's going to find some resistance here at 90 cents. We shall see how this one is going to behave. EYEN. This is something that I've been watching in the past few days, and as you can see, it's looking like a multiple day runner. But since yesterday had a big push and then faded all day, sort of like it. And I'm going to watch any pops towards 12-ish, risking more or less 1440, 1450 area. So ideally, it's not going to reclaim highs. So looking to fade any push towards 1250, and maybe after 10 a.m. mid-morning type of trade. I'm going to not, since it's thin right now in pre-market, not really looking to be the first in. So again, leaving a little bit of room. Then looking at Nike. I like this one for a long, mostly because had a big volume day with earnings. Then yesterday been a small day, and if we'll manage to push through 71-ish area, 71.50, I am going to be interested in getting along, and then maybe opening a range break with a tight stop under. INOD, another name that looking pretty decent on daily, but it's pretty choppy here. So if we'll push through 52, might be something there. Ideally, it's going to build up above 50-ish area, and it's going to hold the trend and then has a later push. Other than that, just keeping it on radar. Hot, another name I'm watching for a long, pretty narrow range, but again, has to push through 19 in order to be interested. Nothing here, so I'm just going to wait and see how it's going to behave. Also, a decent downtrend that might be broken here, so again, looking for that push through 19. And the last one, it's CRWV. As you can see, past few days had these pops and fade all day. So we shall see if this one is going to give some pops. Ideally, looking at 165, 50-ish area, at least VWAP from yesterday in order to get involved. This one can be choppy at open. So ideally, it's going to push. Not really looking for, chasing on the way down. So yeah, pretty much that's it for me today, guys. Good luck, and passing it over to next one.
Good morning. So jumping right into it, SMR, I'm keeping an eye on it for potential continuation out of this flag. Huge move, and I mean, very nice trend there overall. Tight day over here, and I'm just looking for, some sort of build off of open, really. I want to see some sort of push, a little bit of a pullback for an entry, and yeah, I'm just basically looking for a move out of this flag. And then we have OKLO, which, if I'm going to take one, I prefer SMR, but OKLO looking good as well. Huge mover as well. So OKLO, SMR, I'm just watching for any trend off of open. HUT along with Emil, I'm just looking for some sort of push out of this 1850, 1880s level. It is kind of, lagging behind IREN, which is in a similar basket, pretty much just, Bitcoin, AI, mining, and all that. But just looking for some sort of break out of this trend line that I have. HSAI, China LiDAR name, that pretty much is putting in, tight inside days here, overall base. Pretty much just looking for any trend off open. INOD, also with Emil, very nice base, little, roundabout cup and handle, and that 51s, 52s is what I want to watch for, breakthrough and potential just grind on the daily, or we just, push out like it's have in the past. SRFM, this, got moving off the Palantir. They acquired some shares. Then it had some sort of pullback on their offering at 250, which pretty much just soaked. Now it's just slowly creeping up, volumes drying up. Inside day, I'm just looking for some sort of continuation there. Then we have eToro. If, Robinhood continues their, this blow off or whatever it wants to do, then we have, Webull, which I don't really love down here, but, eToro maybe one, given the recent IPO and how it's looking, maybe this gets going a little bit, and then a recent IPO that I just added, just to keep an eye on it. Aerospace and defense, pretty much day one IPO. We pulled back a little bit, and now we're just flagging. So anything, the volume has to be there. If it's like very liquid, then I'm not interested. But over 25, 50, maybe there'll be something over there. That's what I got. Passing it over to Josh.
Yeah. Good morning. First name that I have is Palantir. We're kind of losing the, or right at the 20-day moving average. NASDAQ's up 6 days in a row. This is the 7th, and we're opening down a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little fade. If we reclaim over yesterday's highs and don't pull back at all and start to form a grind, we can continue on. But I think it's good to have multiple scenarios planned out here. So I will be looking at that for a potential short. Sezzle, I'm monitoring this. This is just straight up from 70. It's almost it hit over 180 yesterday. Like a first red day setup, heavier throughout the day is kind of what I'd be looking for here. For a potential short. Trades million shares average for its volume. So not the most liquid, but still liquid enough. So I will definitely be looking here for when it's time. In a perfect world, this blows off like 200 something on news, and then we get some type of parabolic versus just shorting a trend, which I don't love to do. But I'm going to keep this on radar. Galaxy, I got long this yesterday. I would be looking to add if we kind of, firm up here, form some higher lows and get to this, right side or left side of the chart. Let's see it on a weekly. Yeah, it's a crypto platform, like a bit worse than, Hood and Coin, but that seems to be a space of noteworthiness given, Circle and BMRN yesterday. BMRN. Okay, whatever. BMNR. Yeah, so there's a lot of momentum in that space. So that's what has me looking at Galaxy for potential sympathy play. And that is going to be all. I will pass this back to Sam.
Cool, brilliant. Thank you, Josh. I'm glad it's not just me that gets confused with some of these tickers. Yeah, they're also similar at times, aren't they? It can be quite difficult. Brilliant. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Fantastic as always. And again, like with the variety that we offer at IU, we've got people trading all sort of spaces. So there's tons on watch. Make sure you narrow it down and get in where you fit in. And just a note as well, we do this every single day in the room. It's a variety of mods that will present their watch list for the day. If you are interested in joining us tomorrow, and then obviously getting updates on these trade plans throughout the day, along with all the other stuff that we offer at IU, then my details are on the screen. Feel free to hit me up or head across to our website. All right, cool. Thanks very much. And guys, trade them well today.